So first we'll take a question from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cageside Press.
Good morning, Alistair. I want to start with the big question. Obviously, it's a very weird thing because Walt Harris has so much fan support because of everything he's got going on. As his opponent, you're going out there to win, but can you just talk about personally separating the respect for him and then the competition?
Well, I don't know. I just see Saturday's fight as a sport event. Outside of that, I met him once. He's a cool guy. We got along. Saturday's just business. It's just a sport event. We're going to make a great fight for the fans worldwide.
The fight was rescheduled from earlier in the year with everything that happened. Can you just talk about the adjustments that you had to make in order to peak for this week?
It actually went a little bit automatic. I had a little break after the postponement cancellation, and then I just got back on the horse. I actually think the break was good for me. Your body can heal up a little bit, mid-camp. So, yeah, no complaints there.
Gotcha. And finally, you have a birthday around, the time of the fight. Have you been saving all of the celebration for after the fight, or are you going to be doing anything during the week or before?
No, we'll be doing it after, of course. Work comes first, and then afterwards we'll have a glass of wine or whatever. It's not going to be anything too big. I mean, I had a nice party scheduled. What was it? Somewhere June 18 or something. But because of Corona, that's going to be pushed back till next year. So next year will be the big party.
Thank you, Alistair.
Next, we'll go to James Lynch. Go ahead, James.
Hey, Alistair. I know you spent part of your camp back home in the Netherlands, and then you spent part of it in Colorado. How was your camp structured as far as heading into this fight?
I was in Colorado, but basically, the world came to an end with the whole COVID thing. So I just flew back to be with my family, be with my mother, and UFC continued to organize events. They basically asked me, "Do you want to fight?" I said yes. Life needs to go on. So I flew back into the US. It was weird, airports were empty because this was really at the height of all the craziness. So yeah, it was more like a break, like mid camp break, and then afterwards I just resumed camp. It was good.
I spoke to Curtis Blades the other day, and he said basically the gym is kind of business as usual. A lot of the members are in the gym getting to train together. How much of an advantage is that? Because for a lot of gyms, they're not getting the same type of training partners.
Well, it's not business as usual. It was definitely smaller groups, but I don't know. It's a real team, solid guys, right? Everybody showed up. Everybody loves to train. Everybody loves helping each other out. So I did have my usual teammates there.
And just two more for me. One of the fighters that you fought in the past, Fabricio Werdum, lost last week. And were you surprised to see him lose the way he did last week?
Didn't look good. Didn't look good at all. I don't know what his reasons are. It could be age, could be the layoff a year. I don't know. Difficult to say. But nevertheless, he lost. And I think he didn't look too good.
And last one, obviously big fight here, a lot of implications for the heavyweight title picture. There's been talk of Stipe Miocic potentially getting his title stripped if he can't come back and fight. Do you agree with that? Would you like to see the division moving, or do you think they should wait and have that trilogy fight with Daniel Cormier?
I think they need to keep it moving. Stripping is a very big word, right? Because that would mean refusal to fight. And when was the last fight? That's like a couple months ago, half a year ago. Maybe interim belt. Maybe a little bit better solution. I think stripping is very hard. And also he's an accomplished champion, right? He's been doing it. He did it. I don't really think he's afraid or anything. Could be a timing thing, right? He's got all the other obligations. So they need to get that interim belt in there.
Thank you for the time.
All right, next we'll go with Louise Green. Go ahead, Louise.
Hi, Overeem. So you originally matched up with Walt back in December, weren't you? But obviously he had to pull out because of the situation with his stepdaughter at the time. What did you initially think of the matchup, though, back then? And how happy are you that you are able to get this fight rebooked?
No, Walt is good. I mean, strong guy, athletic guy. Prefer striking. I like striking. So I think the matchup will be great for the fans. Yeah, it was very unfortunate what happened, right? The daughter, Anaya Blanchard situation. Very terrible. Can only imagine being a dad myself. So yeah, it was to me not a huge shock that he withdrew from the fight, right? Of course, that's a natural thing. And now we're back on. So yeah, it's all good. I mean, there's no rivalry. I like him as a person, and we're just gonna make it a great fight, a great show this Saturday for the fans worldwide.
And all of his wins have come via KO or TKO, and the last two have come in the first round. So, how are you going to be approaching the fight on Saturday, and how do you see it going down?
Well, he is definitely dangerous. He's explosive, so I have to be careful for that. I have to respect that. But to be honest, I'm not too worried. I'm very well prepared. Yeah, I feel good. I'm loose. I'm relaxed. I'm flowing, and I'm working. I'm going to be working to finish this fight.
Do you think perhaps maybe your advantage, maybe your experience in the cage? What do you feel might give you the upper hand on Saturday?
Well, I have a lot of experience, right, that I bring to the table, but also the submission victory skills. So yeah, I don't know. I have the striking pedigree. I'm not too worried. I'm actually fairly excited. Also the fact that there's no audience, to me, that's a new impulse. It's a new experience. I live for that stuff. So I'm very excited.
And just last one from me. You said you're looking forward to not having a crowd. What did you think about some of the fighters being able to hear commentary and that giving them the advantage in the fight? And also, what do you think about being able to hear your corner a lot more clearer?
Well, it'll be just like in the gym, right? Just like sparring. So it'll be a little bit different. But in the end, a fight is a fight, man. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna put on a performance. Your opponent is trying to put on a performance. So a fight is a fight, just a little bit different. And for that new experience, I'm actually very fairly excited.
All right, thank you.
Next, we'll take questions from Danny Segura. Danny, go ahead.
Just to follow up on that question, you fought many times in Japan, and yes, there's a crowd there, but the crowd has always been very quiet. Do you think you'll have some sort of edge going into this fight, given that you've fought in a similar environment?
Well, it's not a similar environment because the crowds in Japan are respectful, but they're not quiet. If the fight heats up, they're gonna make noise. They're gonna be there, and I don't think you can compare the two. When you're fighting for 50,000 audience, which is just like a little bit more quiet, more respectful. You cannot compare it to no audience, right? Where you're gonna hear all the punches, hear all the noise, hear it, even the commentators. It will be different.
Yeah. And you've been around this sport for a long time and have achieved a lot of great things. Um, I'm curious, what still drives you to compete? Because obviously you're still looking very competitive out there, and you look very good, and you've been doing this for a very long time.
Been doing it for a long time. I don't know. I love it. I love the lifestyle. I love improving my game. A fight is always a test. You build off that, and yeah, maybe also like what other thing to do, right? I mean, I really enjoy going to the gym, improving my game. Helping my teammates. That is something that I could see myself doing one day, becoming a coach, right? Passing on the knowledge. Yeah, but not yet, right? I'm still in the peak, so I just need to keep going. I just
Yeah.
love it so much.
And apart from enjoying and actually, going through the training and all that and fighting itself, um, do you still have title aspirations? Is that something you're still working towards too, or at this point are you just still doing it because you love it and this is what you do?
Well, it's a little bit both. I love it, but also I think, in my opinion, we had two wins. Then came the last fight, the Rozenstruik thing. That, in my opinion, I got cheated by the ref. Perfect performance. Very proud of that performance. But let's just take it easy. Let's just chill. Let's just cruise control and get this victory, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah. And as far as your activity level, I mean, it's kind of a hard thing to project given the current climate. But do you want to stay busy, or do you want to just fight when the time is right? How are you going to proceed with your career?
So I'll probably fight again later this year. If the whole COVID situation is under control, remains under control. I don't know. They were going to do a show in Netherlands. I don't know if that's on the table or off the table, but I expect to kind of fight again September, October, November latest.
Thank you, Alistair. Good luck.
Now we'll go to Mark Shea. Mark, go ahead.
Hi Alistair, hier uit Nederland voor Veronica. Dus in het Nederlands denk ik. Hoe is het voor jou? Je bent een vechter die eigenlijk al alles heeft gezien, alles heeft meegemaakt. Hoe maak jij deze Fight Week nu mee met het coronavirus? Want er is toch iets wat je nog niet hebt meegemaakt.
Nee, niet meegemaakt. Het gaat goed. Alles is onder controle hier. Het is natuurlijk wel wat anders. Er is iets meer afstand, dat soort dingen. Maar ja, de spanning bouwt zich langzaam op. Het ziet er allemaal goed uit.
Ja, hoe is het voor je? Hoe is je voorbereiding geweest? Heb je je volledig kunnen voorbereiden, ook ja, door het coronavirus?
Ik heb me iets anders voorbereid op deze wedstrijd. Omdat de gyms over het algemeen gesloten waren. Dus ik heb ja, wel kleine groepen sowieso. Ja, op zich, er was meer aandacht. De trainers waren minder druk met andere dingen. Ik zit goed in mijn vel, ik sta er goed voor. Dus het ziet er allemaal goed uit.
Ja, wat dat betreft voel je, ja, ben je klaar voor dit gevecht? Hè? Er zijn natuurlijk ook wat vertragingen geweest in alles met het uitstellen van evenementen. Ben je zo fit als je wil zijn?
Ja, ik ben zo fit als ik wil zijn. De vertraging, uitstel van het evenement, dat gaf mij een beetje een soort pauze. In die pauze ben ik naar Nederland gevlogen, even kijken hoe het met mijn gezin was. Ook even kijken hoe het met mijn moeder was. Mijn moeder is 2 keer kanker gehad, dus die loopt risico voor corona. En daarna weer naar Amerika, want ja, daarna de show werd weer hervat. Stond voor 16 mei, dus ik ben na 2 weken in Nederland ben ik weer naar Amerika gegaan. En gewoon training weer hervat.
Ja, je gaat tegen Walt vechten. Was het makkelijk om dat gevecht voor aan te nemen na de moeilijke tijd die Walt heeft meegemaakt? Heeft dat iets met je gedaan?
Ik heb er zeker wel een beetje bij stilgestaan. Zijn dochter is ontvoerd en vermoord. Dat was geloof ik 19. Heel verschrikkelijk. Ik heb natuurlijk zelf ook 3 meiden.
Ja.
Ja, je wenst dat niemand toe, natuurlijk. Ik zie dit wel als een sportevenement. Ik zie dit wel als we moeten verder. We moeten verder. We gaan ook verder. We moeten verder. Dus, maar goed, er zijn geen bad vibes. Ik mag Walt. Ik had hem ontmoet voor onze wedstrijd in december. 1 keer hadden we een PR toe. Hele toffe gozer, hele relaxte jongen.
Heb je het dan ook over die gebeurtenis?
Nee. Dat was voordat het gebeurde. En daarna heb ik hem eigenlijk niet meer gezien of gesproken. Dus, maar als ik hem zie, ga ik het niet daarover met hem erover hebben.
Ja, is het lastig dat in de voorbereiding, er ligt natuurlijk heel veel gewicht op dat feit, hè, dat hij voor het eerste keer vecht na die traumatische gebeurtenis. Is dat lastig voor je? Normaal ben jij natuurlijk de man waar het over gaat. De man die hoger staat, met meer ervaring.
Nee, ik heb daar geen moeite mee. Het is natuurlijk een tragedie wat er is gebeurd. En of dat nou meer aandacht krijgt dan ik, daar lig ik niet wakker van.
Ja, nou, fijn om te horen. Wat voor gevecht gaat dit worden?
Nou, ik denk action-packed, want hij is natuurlijk best atletisch. Hij is een striker ook, dat ben ik ook. Dus veel actie. Hij is gevaarlijk in de eerste ronde, dus daar gaan we specifiek voor uitkijken. En voor de rest, enjoy. Het wordt leuk, het wordt spannend.
Ja. Laatste vraag, hoe is het met je lip? Is die helemaal hersteld? Ja, je ziet er goed uit. Maar ben je bang dat het een soft spot is? Het was natuurlijk een ontzettende scheur.
Nee, het was na de wedstrijd, 2 uur daarna was ik in het ziekenhuis. Het is gehecht door de plastische chirurg. En het was nog een beetje dik daarna. 12 dagen daarna was het gewoon weer prima. Ik heb 12 dagen daarna was ik in Korea, heb ik promotie gedaan op een UFC evenement. En daar was het eigenlijk alweer, was nog een beetje gezwollen. Maar dat is in de tijd gaat dat weg. En je spaart en je doet alles. En het is gewoon prima.
Thanks Alistair, heel veel succes overmorgen. We staan voor je te juichen en ik hoop je na de wedstrijd te spreken.
Thanks, Gil.
Dankjewel man.
And that's it, Alistair. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video, and if you want to stay up to date with all our great videos and news then click on the subscribe button and subscribe to the MMA India Show channel. Cheers.